has been 3 days since our last show.
Yeah, it's been 3 days. 3 whole days.
Has it?
Yeah, chat tag wise, but I've been doing this every single day. Which, by the way, what is everybody? How you guys doing? I know that was too loud for somebody, but that's okay. Hello, I am here. I am with some other people that are not Double Toasted related people. These are my homie doggies. You know what? Fuck Double Toasted. You guys have reached the really, really good podcast and stuff. This is a chat tag. I mean every word of that, Alan.
Stop
every word
shitting on the fucking thing we're supposed to be pre-show.
No, that's okay. We can do that.
No.
Why not?
It's like if you're fucking showing up at Limp Bizkit and you explain to everyone that the music actually really sucks.
Actually, you would probably be doing that. You would shell over.
Yeah,
like,
but they wouldn't hire me twice.
Well, you know what though? It's okay. Here's the thing. You'd be wrong, by the way, if you did do that. Not just morally, but just like subjective or objectively, you'd be incorrect because Limp Bizkit's amazing, and probably I'm incorrect because people probably love their double toast and everything too. But here's the thing, though, guys. We are here. Hello, how you guys doing? Alan's switching his camera a little bit. How you like it? You think it's all right?
I think so. Yeah, a little better. It's fine.
Yeah.
Always have to have a little bit of headroom.
Yeah. Headroom, huh?
Yep, room for head.
Yeah, that's nice. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? I'm looking over here in the chat. Let me see and pull this up in my end. Black Knight, hello. Damn, you're early as fuck, dude. Appreciate that. Jet, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Did that throw you off? How fast
My
it did?
throat hurts.
Yeah, do you want to explain why? Because it sounds weird when you just say that and then like there's no follow up as far as like what you mean by your throat hurts.
She probably drank something that she didn't want to drink and she has a throat ache.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Well, everything I drank was basically like I wanted to drink.
Yeah, you fucked up. That was not smart. Hey, we should do. Oh, this is a perfect Sunday service. Our pre-show. So you know how on Sunday service usually Corey talks about like, man, I drink a lot. I sound just like that. Does that not sound exactly like Corey Coleman, Alan?
Not in the slightest.
But
by all means, continue your racist archetype of I'm not quite sure what race.
This is not racist at all. I'm Corey Coleman.
It is, but I don't know to who.
I can't take this. Nick, go away or something. I'm Corey. Okay. No, but here's the thing, though. We're going to do the same thing here because you, sir, Alan Shakazine, was a bad boy this weekend. Bad boy.
Yeah.
Bad. And then Jet was fucking up this weekend, too. Jet, I'm telling you,
Look,
both of y'all need to
I
get
want
your
to
shit
point out
together.
it wasn't my idea.
That makes it worse, is that the fact that, you succumb to peer pressure. Like, you.
Oh, I didn't succumb to peer pressure. I just agreed to it immediately.
Well, then... How are you the innocent one?
That makes you a follower, sir.
Yeah,
that's damn fucking right.
Which honestly, that makes it worse.
Yeah,
yes, but I had fun.
Yeah, what a sack of shit.
I guess.
But first off, okay, so I'm gonna save yours because I don't know how long that shit goes. But Jed, I'm gonna
mine
ask
involves a movie review, so it's gonna go for a while.
Yeah. So Jed, I'm gonna ask you though, what did you drink, and why? Why did you do to yourself what you did? Because you kind of fucked up.
Well, the thing is, I only had, I believe, 3 or 4 drinks. No, I had 4. I had a shot of Tito's. I had a
oh, nice.
I had a Bloody Mary.
That was brown.
That's because they used a Bloody Mary mix. They had what else I have? I had pumpkin spice, white chocolate rum,
That's a
something
terrible
like that.
combination.
Yeah, you called it a White Russian, I think.
Yeah, White Russian. White Russian pumpkin spice, which is actually pretty good. It tasted like exactly like coffee. And then I had another drink by the end of the night that tasted kind of like lemonade, but I do not remember what it was because at that point I was pretty much smashed. I finished literally all of the drinks, but I paid for it like around 2 or 3 a.m. my time. Because I was throwing up. I threw up like 6 times.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I was wondering if we're gonna bring that up. So I want to let you guys know. She does this gracefully as fuck. I mean, I'm not saying it's sexy or beautiful.
What, does she have her fucking pinky up while she's fucking in the...
No, but she might as well have. So here's the thing. It's like, okay, I don't know about you, Alan, but when I throw up, I'm like, and I'm like, and I'm crying.
I am literally could not think of a discussion I'd want to do less.
Well...
And I'm thinking of calling up my dentist, so...
Wait, holy shit. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, my throwing up thing, like, I'm pretty fucking horrible when it comes to that stuff. I can't handle it. I'm like a baby. It's like the first time I ever threw up, like, every time I puke, right? So I'm talking to Jed on the phone, and the thing is, like, I'm about to go in the after hours and everything, too. And right before the after hours, like 2 hours beforehand, me and Jed usually take a nap or whatever and watch a movie or we just chill or whatever the fuck. And I'm in this room, and she's like, hey, you want to lay down? I mean, let's chill. Let's watch something, you know? And I can tell she's, like, feeling it. She's like, hey, man, you want to meow, 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 meow? You know, by the way, thank you very much for the subscriptions. Oh, Oh, Adrian, thank you very much too. I don't know if these are gifted
Thank
or
you for
not.
the sub.
Yeah, this is actually pretty cool, man. It was Adrian. I really, really appreciate that very, very much. I know the notification came on a bunch all at once, so it's probably just my shit fucking up. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that. But, so, Jet's like, hey, let's watch something. I go in there, and within one word, I'm just like, hey, Jet, so, want to play a video game or something? Or want to watch, like, some YouTube? No. And then just pass the fuck out. Jet, you don't even remember this, because we talked about that afterwards. And you just, like, I don't know how... You knock out that fast, and yeah, you were talking just fine like 10 minutes beforehand.
That happens.
Well, I mean, like there's like 20 minutes that I literally do not remember.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, later on, it was like during the after hours, I go back in there, I'm chilling, I'm talking to her and everything, and essentially, you're like, I think I might need to throw up, and I think you're being weird because as Alan knows, she's weird all the fucking time. She's always fucking with us. She's always, whatever. And yeah, she literally throws up, and I'm hearing like blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, shit, and I had to like hold the phone away because I'm like, when I hear that sound, it literally makes me want to throw up. It like,
It's one of the worst sounds in existence.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And Jet comes back, she's like, so, what you up to? Like nothing, like, and I was pretty impressed to be honest. Like I don't want to hear that ever again, Jet, but I want to say, mass props to you being able to handle that like a fucking adult, unlike myself, because I can't do that. I'd be crying.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, you throw up as much as me, you get used to it. Actually, I don't even throw up that much. That makes me seem like I'm bulimic or something.
Yeah, I was saying.
You gotta get once a day just to clean out the system.
Like, yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, I think it's more just like, once you throw up maybe once, you basically get used to how it feels or whatever. You just get it all out of your system. You feel so much better afterwards. So, like, I'm looking forward to, like, feeling like so much better after I throw up. I'm just like, glad that stomach feeling's gone.
You do feel better afterwards, like maybe 10, 15 minutes afterwards, but there's still that like minute where it just happened where it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, really quick.
Oh yeah, especially when it goes through your nose too, so you gotta do a farmer.
I've never had that in my life.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't come out your nose when you throw up?
No, I'm thankful it does it because oh my god, I think I'd kill myself if that did.
Yeah. Chat. So Mr. Yasmin says, did Nick ask his co-host their thoughts on Mario casting? So I did. We actually did a live react to it.
Oh man.
But really quick, go ahead and do your thing if you want to.
Hmm?
No, but because you're saying, oh man, so like really quick, just like less than a minute, just go ahead and tell them what your thoughts are. I've discussed it with Christian. I did it on our Nintendo Live Direct. I've said it a bunch of times, so who gives a fuck about my thing? But you, go ahead and tell them what your thoughts are.
I think a majority of the casting is fucking baffling. Like Chris Pratt as Mario, I'm like. Mario, like, to me, it's like he's always supposed to be this. I guess they picked the right person because Mario's kind of like the dumb goof friend. Like, he's not supposed to be, like this super cool guy. He's not supposed to be this dark, depressive character. He's just kind of goofy, like almost not necessarily like a Chris Farley kind of character, but almost kind of something like that. Where it's like
Chris Farley,
he's kind of the funny, he's like the funniness of Chris Farley, but he also, can do his job because he beats Bowser and all that shit. So it's like Chris Pratt could probably pull it off, but just the idea of full-on voice acting in the Mario world. To me, it blows my fucking mind.
Imagine how you're gonna feel when they do that with Legend of Zelda. When
they better not. They better not.
Oh, they have to. How's it gonna be a fucking movie, dude? How's it gonna be a movie? That's impossible.
Yeah, because we've never ever seen movies in which the main character is mute while everyone around him talks. Ever in the history of cinema.
But then nobody usually talks in Hyrule, right? Like
no, they did that with Breath of the Wild. What it is that in Breath of the Wild, everyone's voice acted except for Link. And in prior Legend of Zelda games, for instance, the Deku Tree, the Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time is talking to you as a character, and there's text. Link himself does not have any. It's so that Nintendo wanted you be able to project on.
The Deku Tree.
Okay, I know it's.
I'm with Alan. I think he said it right. Alan said it right.
No. Because what it is My Hero Academia. This broke my brain.
Personally, I just don't know.
It broke my brain because My Hero Academia, the main character, his name, they call him Deku, and it bothered me because I'm like, it's pronounced Deku, like the Deku Tree. And for my whole life, because
technically, no one actually ever, like, in Ocarina of Time, they don't actually have voice actors to really pronounce it, though, right?
And that's the argument I had with my buddy that I was watching the show with. I'm like, well, except that my brain was like, wait a second, Breath of the Wild has voice acting. So I went through, and you do meet a version of the Deku Tree there, and he pronounced like, I am the Deku Tree. So he actually does say his proper name. So my whole life has just been a lie.
Yeah. Oh, Sponge, thank you for the subscription, dude. Really appreciate that, good sir.
The only reason I asked was because, like, I've heard people call it the Dooku Tree. So it's just like,
tree?
But people are just trying to be assholes.
The fucking Count.
No way.
Or they honestly didn't know because once again, we're no talking.
There's always been a conversation of is it pronounced Hyrule or Hyrule,
Who?
and
What
there's
fucking
only one right
idiot is
answer.
saying that? That's stupid as
Dude,
shit.
trust me, bro. I've been in yelling matches. It's Hyrule. I'm like, what the fuck are you high?
I mean, like all the letters. That's like one of the only English words that actually makes sense the way it's spelled.
Dude, I've literally had screaming matches with people where they're yelling at me that I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
No.
Why don't you pronounce it Lonk while we're at it? Fuck it.
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can imagine people actually getting that wrong too. I don't understand people think like Diaz. That's one of those weird things I don't really understand much. And I know I'm getting mentioned in the Facebook comment, by the way. People talking about last night, but we'll get into that later on. But go ahead.
To bring up the to bring up the back into Mario. The people have had the Mario or Mario, and that one I can almost kind of get because like Mario that makes sense. Especially a lot of not English speaking people, they would based on just how they see an A in a sentence, they would go Mario. Yeah. And just based on also Japanese aesthetics, like it's very. That's the one where like I can get that because I said Mario, I've said Mario before. Like that's the one I can
does Morio.
Mario? Nope.
Yeah, he goes Morio. No. Like there's Morio.
Yeah, but as far as like the casting, I fucking hate Charlie Day. I legitimately don't think he's funny. Mm-hmm. To me that guy is the white Kevin Hart, where he's just a fucking screaming crack addict. That's his entire thing. Where he just thinks that if he's just loud and yelling, he's funny. Like that's his entire thing of oh my god, I can't let this go. I'm like that to me it's so jarring. Like him in fucking Pacific Rim, I fucking hated him. Like hated him so goddamn fucking much. I don't watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia because I don't think he's funny. I think he's that fucking white hipster who just thinks that if he just calls out everything around him, that's something that means it's comedy.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, it is what it is.
Fuck that dude.
You know, just saying, Nick, do you think they originally wanted Kevin Hart to voice Toad? No, man, I don't think that's the case. Not at all. Not at all. What do you think, Alan?
For Toad? Nah, there's no way they're gonna get. Like, if they're gonna get Kevin Hart, they probably would have got it for Mario or Luigi.
Yeah. No, I think so
like
too.
A big ticket.
But Jed, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I know we already talked about this before, but like, Jed, what are your thoughts on the whole Mario cast and everything too, especially Chris Pratt and the Charlie Days of it all, and et cetera, et cetera?
Oh well, during that live that we did for the Nintendo Direct, like you got to hear my voice. I was just like, oh, what the fuck? It was just like, oh man, we're about to get fucking news about like this fucking movie. Anyway, here's Chris Pratt as Mario. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Who did this? Who
is responsible?
Who the fuck basically in that fucking room when discussing this fucking movie said Chris Pratt? Who did that?
That's not even the worst one. Who's out there? You know what? Donkey Kong, he's an icon. He's been with Mario since the start. He has so many games. Seth Rogen.
You know,
I kind of get the Seth Rogen. People love the Seth Rogen, man. They love the fuck out of him.
I guess, but Seth Rogen, I can't think of my head like who I would be. Oh yeah, they're perfect for Donkey Kong because the only time Donkey Kong has any real like characterization was his television show, and yeah, he was a goofy fucking dumbass. But I can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, totally Seth Rogen. I'm like, no, I don't. Seth Rogen, I also don't think is that funny.
Yeah, but Jed, we kind of interrupted you. What were you saying though?
So there's one good thing about like Seth Rogen like being Donkey Kong. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a black person do it.
Oh yeah. No, that would have been offensive, I think, because like there's a whole bunch of things like. I mean,
I know it's a good thing that
I thought about that the other day because I was like, oh shit, yeah, that would have been extremely offensive.
By the way, I don't know if it was you or Ganja or somebody in this call and in the chat, but like I said something about like, man, they better not do something with Khan where he's considered like the black dude of like the Godzilla versus Kong situation, whatever, and you guys are like, man, that's so racist. You should have not said that. I'm like, dude, like that was a huge thing from back in the day where like they said that was like a, I was gonna say algorithm, but it's like a metaphor, like a what's the word for it? There's a like a euphemism.
Oh, euphemism.
Yeah,
I got you.
You know, and like him being in chains, and then like white people.
Okay,
like,
there is a situation where it's like, people can. I think allegory is actually the
allegory. Yep, allegory is the word.
There is a situation where you can do that, and there even Donkey Kong to a certain degree. It's like that might even be applicable at the same time, but it's less a situation
after a white girl, Princess Peach, right? Like
he's never been after Princess Peach.
The very first one.
No, that you're thinking of Cranky Kong going after Paulina.
Oh wait, that was Cranky Kong on the top where Jumpman had to go.
Who was also in this movie.
Yeah, who's also in this movie.
Oh,
like I said,
right. Yeah.
This movie needs to start off. It's in black and white, and you just see Cranky Kong killing Jumpman Mario's dad, and then it cuts to a.
People, by the way, we had a big thing where like we were all talking shit about it during the direct, and I don't know how much Alan was joking, but he was like, "No, I have an idea, guys. Hold on, I got an idea right now. Okay, my idea is they go full serious."
Oh no, I want to fucking tell the fucking thing for people that weren't there for the. No. Okay, full series. I don't want this to be played like for a kids movie. I want this to be like something mature, where it's like it starts off black and white. It's raining. You see like Jumpman Mario's dad hanging off the edge of like the wherever they were the scaffolding or wherever they were fighting, and you just see Cranky Kong kick him. He just falls, hits the ground, cuts. Mario Brothers movie, and then it continues in the black and white where it goes to a funeral or raining. You see Baby Mario, Baby Luigi as they're lowering Mario, and then Mario has a fist because he knows that he's going to get revenge for his dad. It cuts to 20 years. They have to fight Donkey Kong, and now it's son versus son fighting to redeem their fathers. Be dope.
So fucking, that's such a terrible idea,
And then,
dude.
and then what
That's
ends up
such a
happening is
terrible
as they're fighting, Mario's about to win, but then Bowser, like he's doing his own thing, starts to take over the city. But then he realizes he can't fight him alone, so he's like, okay, you know what? I'll forgive you if you help me beat that guy.
No!
So the biggest problem with your whole thing of wanting that is that this is Illumination and this is
It's a kids movie.
I know, it's never gonna
movie.
You're thinking of a live action movie. They would do that shit with a live action, not an animated movie.
Yeah.
I know it'll never happen, but I could just, if they started off with a funeral, I might just burst out laughing in the theater. I go, finally.
Yeah.
Like,
So
by the way,
fucking
Mario's a
stupid. Mr.
franchise
Yasman. Oh, sorry. Mr. Yasman in chat, he just says, oh, and I should probably put it on my fucking face here, so I'm reading this. Mr. Yasman in chat says they should have had Martin Scorsese direct the film. No, and he says he should have got Robert De Niro as Mario, Al Pacino as Luigi. No, here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm
going to just do fucking Goodfellas with Mario?
No, actually, so I'm going to use this as a way to kind of climb out of the talk of the Mario thing, because there's something to what he just said I'm going to use literally right now for my review of Night of the Animated Dead. Really quick. So, Night of the Animated Dead, I don't know who the fuck, like, the team is who actually did this fucking thing. But, you know, this particular movie, hour and 20 minutes long, it's literally a shot by shot, except for one scene where Ben, cause usually in the remake of the 1990 remake, and then in the original in 1968, there's a scene where Ben's talking about like, hey, like these fucking creatures are scary as shit. Like I had to like drive right by this gas station and everything. By the way, apparently someone subscribed to Double Toasted, so thank you very much for doing that. You know, I wish it was to chat type, but it's okay. But the thing is though, and God, I fucking hate you, Google Meet, you piece of shit. But no, okay, I'm gonna have to turn that off. I'm going to turn that. That's loud as fuck. Let me see. I'm going to turn it off. Boom. I don't have to hear anymore. Thank you very much. Anyways, moving on. So it's a shot-for-shot remake, except for this part where Ben's talking about, like, oh, I had to escape these zombies at the gas station or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, well, why do a shot-for-shot remake? Because aside from that scene, like, it's just watching the same movie. Might as well just watch the black and white one. Well, I'm like, dude, is this their way of giving work to people that are old that like definitely could not do like a live action thing because they're so old they can't do all the physical stuff? And I'm like, dude, like this is their way they can give us new sequels to Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and keep the Halloween thing going and do all these movies that people want to see old people come back to, but they don't have the energy to do it. They can easily go in the fucking voice actors room and do this whole thing. Right?
I guess, and I'm not saying that necessarily that's a bad thing. In fact, I think you could do that a lot more. It's just the main, like, they won't do it because, one, it won't make as much money as if they put it in theaters. Like, for again, you know, Halloween costs $10 million, it's going to make $80, $90, $200 million. Animated movie might make half that. And also, people don't really, like, as much as people in the Double Toasted community have a wide appreciation for animated features, most people don't. There's a reason why when people go Clone Wars, a TV show, they go, who? Star Wars is the biggest thing in the world. But there are a lot of people that have never watched Clone Wars.
But the marketing of Visions right now is fucking huge. And then, like, dude, you gotta consider, like, BoJack Horseman. I mean, people are getting a really big respect for these things because...
It's starting to get there, but there's still going to be old heads that are like, unless it's live action, it doesn't matter. Dude, Cowboy Bebop's getting a live action fucking, it's coming out in like 2 fucking months. That's the most well-known anime of all time. Yeah, it's coming out like really soon.
Yeah, I did not know that. Safety, not guaranteed. Thank you, Gene. We're going to be doing that particular review then, too. We got a couple... That's actually like a couple movies. Still gotta get through that fucking P-Valley, man.
I feel like I've seen. Is this the movie where? Yeah. I think I remember this. Don't they end up fucking seeing an ad for a time machine or some shit in a fucking paper?
I have no idea. It's from 2012 though.
Yeah, I think I remember a spill review about it.
Thank you for the follow there, Gunnell. Really appreciate that, dude. Really appreciate that quite a bit. But yeah, man, I'm looking at this movie, Safety Not Guaranteed. Let me see and pull this over here. It's gonna be the Double Toast background, of course it is. But yeah, I have no idea what this is. But Aubrey Plaza, I like her. She's cool.
Yeah. Oh, that motherfucker! That guy was in Let's Be Cops. That guy's not funny as hell.
I like Let's Be Cops. That's an okay movie.
That movie is stupid as hell.
Why you gotta be a freaking brat?
Because I'm pretty sure I can't go to a costume shop and become a fucking cop.
Anyways, it is what it is. But, you know, looking at Night of the Animated Dead. I got nothing, man. Night of the Living Dead, though, I will say that this movie was great. And I'm gonna give a very quick rating. I know I probably should have came in here and did a big fucking review about it and everything too, but there's not too much to say about this in the sense of just like, yeah, it's just as good as the original. It's actually literally exactly as good as the original, and I actually like the animation and the blood and the gore that they added in here, so it's pretty cool. Voice acting is probably not the best, whatever, but like I'm not really particular about that, and the drawing's probably not the best. I think that people do have a point when they say that this could have had some more significance as far as like animation goes and the way it's drawn, the way it looks, but it's like my other option is black and white. So am I going to complain? No, this looks infinitely better. But there's no creative anything's with this. There's nothing creative about it. You just traced. You just literally traced. It's the same fucking movie.
It looks like that, especially the trailers. I remember seeing the animation, it kind of looks like shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, my rule is if you have a low budget, do something. If you can't impress me with visuals, impress me with like something else going on here. But if it's chop remake, it's like, well, then you're not really impressing me. You're just kind of doing the same thing. It's like I like the original. I think the original is a monumental movie, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, let me watch the exact same movie again, but this time it's in color. It's like I don't gain anything from it.
Yeah, no. So yeah, for me, it's a 3 out of 5. And I actually don't recommend this. I'm giving it the same kind of rating I gave to Lady in the Water. That's like my honestly, when it comes to 3 out of 5s, that's like my infinite reference point, because that's one of those things where if you like something a lot, but you have to take a lot of points away because it's just not something you can recommend to others. 2.5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, that's pretty much what it would be. And then the reverse of that, where you really don't like it, but there's a lot of things that are like really, really creative about it. They can see many other people enjoying it. Once again, 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. So like that's where this sits, where it's like, if you guys really fucking love, someone's saying that Chris is reading the chat chat. So. I don't know. I mean, he just told them. So thank you for telling them that, guys. And hopefully Chris puts it on the right chat. And yeah, I don't know how that got confused. My bad.
Over Sunday, I was like, what day of the week are we?
I know, isn't that crazy, dude? Like,
I just lost all sense of time right now.
Yeah. But no, dude. So like, with that being said, though, yeah, this is 3 out of 5. Because everything good about this is shit that you can see from the original. Anything that's new, I don't give any points for because there is nothing new. But yeah, it's worth. We want to like show someone older who doesn't like anime or doesn't like animated things, hey, you can watch this, that's blood in it. It's just like some fucking old live action shit. And there you go, you got your chance. But now, moving on to something else, Alan.
What's up?
This fucking movie, dude.
Oh man, I think over and over. I think I know.
Yeah, this fucking movie. For those of you that don't know, this movie, Dear Evan Hansen, is actually a coming-of-age musical that won 6 Tony Awards after it premiered on Broadway. And me saying, in case you didn't know, is less about me assuming what our audience is, and more of, how the fuck would you be able to assume this movie won anything with such a terrible, frustratingly meandering, caca-dookie sack of garbage that this movie fucking actually was. This movie fucking sucks, dude.
Bro,
sucks.
I don't even know where to begin. Literally,
Yeah.
This is a story. This is a story. So I'm just chilling and I'm playing a video game.
About a
Buddy
shitty
of mine
character.
Buddy of mine
I
texts
thought you were
me.
gonna start out with Fresh Prince, to be honest.
This is a story all about.
I watched the worst movie of the year.
Oh my god, man.
There's
Yeah.
not gonna be a movie like I know we're almost at the end of the year, but this is the worst fucking movie I've seen this year. But yeah, I'm just chilling. Buddy of mine texts me, he goes, "Yo, this movie's fucking terrible. Y'all want to watch it?" I'm like, "Dear Evan Hansen? Who the fuck is that guy?" So
And that's how you got roped into watching a fucking musical, wasn't it, Al?
Yeah, because I looked the trailer up. I'm like, oh my god, like I am aghast. Like I'm almost like I can't believe what I'm watching. It's like that fucking Kermit gif where I'm just like I can't believe what I'm watching because this is the most offensive thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's offensive as fuck.
Watch the trailer. And by the way, you watch the trailer, you have no idea what you're in for. The entire premise of this movie is that this kid, he's going through therapy, and one of the therapy lessons was write a letter to yourself. He writes a letter to himself saying, hey, everything's going to be good, but he's really depressed. Like, no, today sucks, or whatever the fuck. We've all had those days. Fucking some other random kid picks it up and then commits suicide the next day. And they're like, hey, he wrote this letter to you. You're his best friend, right? And the main character's like, yeah. And you're like, oh, no, he's not going to lie to the parents, right? No, he's going to immediately confess. No, he keeps lying and then continues to lie. And then at every single possible opportunity, continues to lie to the fucking parents and the family and everyone around him. And it just, like, this, if you told me Martin Scorsese fucking directed this movie, I'd believe you. Because this movie is so insanely dark. But then it's so fucking hilarious. Because
really
it's
hilarious?
so bad.
Not
like,
hilarious.
It's so bad. Like, you look at this, what's up?
No, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm reacting to things you're saying because I don't even really want to talk about it, to be honest. Like, once it gets to me, I'm gonna be like, they hate it, right? But like, the thing is like when you say things like it's fucking hilarious, I'm thinking to myself, yes, I did laugh, and I just watched it with Jet, and I laughed.
You feel bad for doing so.
But it's like I'm laughing because it's like I want to yell because I hate musicals. And this is the encompassing of everything I fucking hate about musicals. The complete disingenuous acting. The fact that people get jobs because they're good at singing, but you're not, like, this is not like a fucking album. Like, this is not American Idol. You're in a fucking context when you're walking around. Hey, your son died. He committed suicide. But I need to talk like this, and I think he's an asshole.
No reason.
La 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 la. And it's like, dude, like, this is fucking so cringy. Because nobody ever talked like this. This is the most disingenuous, stupid fucking thing that I've ever fucking seen. And the fact is, and I'm sorry to like be an asshole, but Jet, you like musicals. Can you explain to me what the fuck you like about musicals? Because this kind of shit that's wrong with this movie is in all the fucking musicals in the world. All of them.
Well, no, it's not. The problem with this is that this shouldn't have been a musical at all because there's literally no good songs in it. Not one good fucking song in this thing was good. Like, they were literally sing-talking, which, I mean, you have some of that in musicals sometimes, but not every single fucking song.
Yeah.
There is no hook to any of the song. None of them had any flavor. If you were to tell me, like, oh, what do you think the name of this song is? I'm just going to be like, I don't know, Girl Swings on the fucking Swing at a Park. I don't fucking know. Like, it has no hook.
Yeah, it's fucking
It doesn't follow any of the actual, like, you know, rules to how songs are. Like, they'll just randomly throw in. Like, the amount of times I heard the word today in this fucking movie blows my goddamn mind. Because
I didn't even think
rhyme
about
with
that.
Everything. But it's like, it's a situation where it's like, if you don't like musicals, yeah, you'll probably end up liking this. It's the subject matter. Because it is a very, you feel bad because it's like, the reaction the movie wants, it wants you to feel sad. The problem is every single thing it does is the most, like, this, it feels like a dark comedy. Because at one point, like, the guy's like, oh, you're his, you know, the mom's like, oh my God, you're the best friends with my son, right? Did you ever have emails? And he goes, yeah, totally, we had emails. And then he goes to his buddy and goes, hey, can you make a bunch of fake emails? He's like, oh yeah, totally. So then they end up making a bunch of fake emails and trying to pretend what the fuck the dude is going to say. And they cut to a montage of musical of him dancing and singing about crack. Like,
let's start off at the beginning. Because, like, they're trying to give you a musical version of, like, what they're trying to write about him or whatever. It starts off, he's like, I'm rubbing my nipples because there's a gay guy that's writing for me because all gay guys are obsessed with fucking dude nipples and dicks and balls and gay. And I'm like, dude, I hate that about gay characters because you can tell when they're written by straight dudes. Straight dudes still think that all gay people think about is gay.
Sex, yeah.
Yeah. No.
To be fair, in this instance, every time he brought up that fucking orchard, I was just like, that's the gayest story I think I've ever heard in my life. Like,
yeah,
I think mostly within you guys be secret lovers.
But like, dude,
it
it's like
feels
that's
like
the situation. No, you're right, and Jet's right too. But at the same time, and that character's right. But the character, that's all he has. In the beginning, it's like, hey, are you my friend? No, I'm a family friend. Which, by the way, that never is a thing. No one ever goes like, hey,
no one says that shit.
Yeah, no one says that shit. It's fucking stupid, right?
Well, I mean, at least to someone's face, at least. Like, no one, like, if you ask them, like, we're friends, right? No one basically says, like, no, we're just family friends. Like,
no, I've had that exactly happen to me, actually.
Damn, Alan.
Yeah, I know. People are assholes. I saw that. I'm like, man, fuck you.
That's me.
I've literally never heard of that shit happening to anyone.
Not even in movies, like...
Either that person really didn't fucking like you, or that person was a real big asshole.
Yeah.
Both.
I'm not. Well, if someone doesn't like you, that's them being nice to you, not being fake. Honestly, I that takes away some of the asshole meter.
In the world, Nick,
no, I'm sorry, but like, some man, like.
I can tell you, oh man, my best friend punched me in the face. Well, did you deserve it?
That's a good fucking question. Sorry, I like to detect. Sometimes I like to investigate.
What exactly did you say?
Yeah.
I don't. Dude,
imagine being a person who goes like, "Oh, that guy's an ass, so I can't believe he hit you," and then you find out you called him the N-word or something. It's like, you know, yeah, I'm with him. Yeah, slap the fuck out you.
Again, always get the fucking worst possible reaction. But anyway, like, a lot of this movie, it's like a lot of the characters feel like they I don't know why this won any fucking awards. Everything about this is fucking terrible. The subject matter is deeply fucking offensive. The problem is I don't know what emotion the movie wants me to get. Because again, when the fucking friend gets involved and they're doing the emails back and forth, I'm like, you are literally lying so hard to this fucking grieving family that you're making up the emails. But then they play it like Weekend
But
at
they're
Bernie's.
forcing it on him because he was trying to tell them, like, hey, by the way, like, I got something to tell you. It's like, what, you're trying to say that, like, our son's, like, not a fucking asshole? And it's like, dude, like, no. I'm trying to talk, like, let me talk to you. Clearly, I'm nervous. I'm fucking walking around shaking like this the whole fucking time. I'm so scared. Pussy hurt. The whole fucking time, and yet they don't notice that? Like, these parents are terrible at social skills. They don't know shit about their son. They don't know how to, like, read the fucking room. They're fucking awful. And by the way, too, another big thing about this is kind of ridiculous. And I don't know if I can get mad about, like, just how much sense it doesn't make or just how intrusive it is. But imagine you go to a family who, maybe you were someone's friend who just killed themselves. Who the fuck would ask you, can I see you guys' personal emails and texts? What if we were gay? What if I was fucking him on the side? You guys want to know about your son's sex texts?
Because, like, now basically you're getting, like, the thing is, if they were best friends and everything, like, now you're you have to put out your personal stuff too. It's just like, you don't ask that. Like, I mean, just like.
I didn't mind that per se because I get it. They had nothing and they asked. But it's like, hey, like, this situation where there's so many times where this kid could have just said something else or said or basically got out of this. But he keeps doubling down consistently. And you're like, this, like, Evan Hansen is a garbage fucking person. One of the worst characters. But do you not
feel like do you feel like you'll ever get, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you've gotten in this position before where
I would never lie that hard, ever.
Not that hard, but the thing is, he's not, like, ultimately trying to lie. Like for instance, I'm gonna use a real life example, and hopefully it doesn't make things weird between me and you right now, but we had a breakup last year. Okay, you left me, you cheated on me, you fucked on my marital bed. No,
nobody likes it.
But we had our breakup because I was being a dick and I made you mad, and, you know, we won't talk about the whole thing, but, like, sometimes you and I didn't get along, right?
Sure.
The thing is, though, is the big puncture moment that had that whole thing happen was essentially nothing to fucking do with you at all. I was mad at somebody else. Okay. But you wanted to keep the peace, so you just didn't say what you should have said. Instead, you just said nothing, and it made the situation worse. And Evan Hansen says nothing and progressively makes the situation worse this whole fucking movie. I'm going to be honest, Alan. I kept telling Jet, Evan is Alan.
Oh, hell no, because I wouldn't have lied. I don't lie. I go out of my way. I say I will never lie to anybody because that shit doesn't end. The moment you start a lie, it just keeps fucking going. And in his case, he kept fucking going. If he said nothing, it would have been better. It would have been way better.
Can I ask you another question really quick? And I'm going to go around with this one. But, okay, is it canon, everything he says when he's singing?
Okay, you know what it is? It's like Sucker Punch. Like, you know, with Sucker Punch, he starts dancing, and for some fucking reason, it turns into, like, a whatever the fuck was going on. This situation where he's singing to people, what he's saying is, like, some, like, epic speech, and then it's like, oh, that was so beautiful, but they do it in a song, but the problem is the lyrics are so fucking terrible. Mm-hmm. But the thing is he consistently keeps lying to people. Like, has there been a situation where it's like, hey, you gotta find a way to comfort, you're not sure what to say? Sure, we've all been there. That's a real thing. The problem with this movie is there's so much realness in here. It's like, yeah, the fucking him singing at the start of the movie, it's like, yeah, we've all fucking felt it. You're in a fucking room full of people and you feel invisible. Even if you fucking singing a musical number, you feel like no one notices you. That's real. The problem is the music is so fucking terrible, you're laughing at how bad it is. So that situation... Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, because, like, in that note, because I can tell when you get mad or into it, passionate, I'm going to agree with something and we're going to go off on a fucking tangent. But, Jay, I got to ask you before we do that. Same question to you, canon-wise. Do you feel like when they were singing that they were actually saying that? Because other characters sing too. And you would think that, like, part of the discussion of, like, that motherfucker's weird would be also like, hey, dude, why is he singing? Like, someone just fucking died. So, like, did you think that those parts were canon? Like, what do you think is actually happening in the universe when they're singing?
So, my best guess would be, like, they are actually talking. But for us, we see it as singing. Because, like, the thing is, like I said in this movie, they're sing-talking. They're having a conversation while singing, but in the movie, they're actually having a conversation. But to us, they're actually singing to, I guess, keep us entertained. I said this before. This movie did not need to be a musical.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Even, like, there's a scene in this movie where he has a whole big speech because everyone kind of forces him to, like, participate in all these different things or whatever. And he starts singing, and just, like, man, that whole scene was so awkward, and then it gets placed on YouTube and everything like that.
Oh, and those stupid fucking views. That view moment remind me of Jim and the Holograms, that new one, where it's like, oh my god, 1,000 views, I'm famous. I can't believe
we saw that shit too. 500 views, like that.
Fuck,
bro, what?
Yeah, and his account's not verified, so 1 million, 2,000 million views, where the fuck? You're not getting paid for any of that. It doesn't mean anything. You just wanted attention. At the end of the day, he's just an attention whore. which is also annoying. It's another trait I don't like about Evan. Fuck.
Oh my god.
God, I fucking hate Evan, dude.
Evan's whole thing was literally about a girl and money.
Yeah.
Like that's his whole whole character. Basically, he needed money and he was basically upset about a girl. And I guess being lonely. But the thing that my problem with characters like these is like they'll say all this stuff, but then at the same time don't really go out and even try to make friends, but then still take it out on the world. Just like, oh, I really want friends. I'm lonely. And it's like, okay, did you try doing this, this, and this? No.
Yeah.
What about online friends? Did you try doing this, this, and this? No.
Yeah.
Are you going to try? No. Like,
yeah. It's so frustrating. Like, and that's the thing, like, dude, like, with the lion thing and everything, too, Alan, just, you know, this character in general, like, what are some of the more egregious moments of the movie, by the way, for you, personally? Was it just, like, the way it was made, or was it the characters in universe that are just like, God damn, like, I hate all you motherfuckers?
The thing is if you take Evan out, everybody else is fine. Like, the parents that are grieving, okay, that makes fucking sense. The sister's mad because he was kind of an asshole. The dad is like, hey, I don't really know what to do. The mom is, like, Amy Adams can actually act, so she's, like, at the point of tears every 5 seconds. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, everyone else in the movie is acting kind of, like, at least real. Especially the movie, mom, was it Judy Greer? I keep fucking forgetting. Julianne Moore. I kept calling her Judy Greer the entire fucking movie. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, like, Evan and his mother is also trying her goddamn best, but Evan's such a piece of shit as a person. Like, when he started, like, the moment to me where I'm just like, this movie is irredeemable was when they were doing the fake emails, and instead of it being like the sad moment of like, you know what, let's try to add something to them so that they remember their son in a good way. Because that's what the movie wants to do. It's like Evan is trying to make sure that Connor has a better memory than he did in life, which I can almost understand if it wasn't a complete fucking fabrication and a complete lie for your own bullshit. I could almost understand that. But then they cut to this fucking him dancing and then doing like fucking dance.
Yeah, the DDR thing, which was
like some fucking Weekend at Bernie shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm smoking crack." I'm like, "This kid just killed himself like 20 minutes ago. He died." Like, who fucking wrote this? I go, "Yeah, this is totally what we're gonna do. This is totally how we're gonna make this fucking movie." After that, I'm like, "There's nothing Evan can do to redeem himself," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to." As it gets worse and worse as the movie goes on.
Yeah,
like,
to the point where he even insults his mom. He's just like, "Well, they can do things for me, okay? I can get my shit done. I can fucking do every fucking thing I want to do."
He insults his mother because he basically goes to his mother, "You're never around," and it's like that woman's pulling like 24-hour shifts to pay for the house.
Yeah.
Like, that woman sit there. Working.
Well,
maybe if you had some fucking friends, maybe I wouldn't have to be around so much.
Seriously.
And then doubles down further when he starts to sing to the family, going, "You're the mom I always wanted because you're around. You're the dad I always wanted because you gave a shit. You're the love."
They're also fucking rich, you fucker.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's so bad. It gets worse and worse. That way, when he gets to the end of the movie, I'm like, I don't care about your apology. Fuck you. You didn't learn a goddamn lesson. Fuck you.
Yeah,
like
dude,
a 30-year-old playing a 17-year-old.
So
that's what I kept bringing up too. Just like, damn, this dude looks like he's like 48. He is old as shit.
Yeah, like, hello, cool kids. How you guys doing? I'm over here just trying to be like
you guys. Hello, children.
Yeah. Yeah, like a
yeah.
I forgot what fucking show it was. Yes, like Steve Buscemi. That's the name.
Yeah.
But really quick, I'm gonna just bring up one last thing to kind of like cap off the review and everything, so we can get the fuck out of here because I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. I'm sick of this fucking movie. I even hate the name Evan at this point. Because another thing too is like looking at this, I don't like Michael Cera a whole lot, and this guy kind of I don't know why, but he kind of reminds me of him. And to the point where I'm like, this is like Lex Luthor. Like Lex Luthor's like
but he's more evil than Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
more evil.
Yeah. And it's almost like he's like an absorbent of just
came off
bad
as
shit.
Like a fucking horror movie, to be honest to me.
Yeah.
Like it literally came off as a horror movie. Like the tone of everything, how this character was, just like this is almost scary to fucking watch. Like this make my stomach cringe.
Yeah, there's a part where it almost feels like he's gonna like slit her throat, like they're in a room by themselves, like and then they're outside by themselves. I'm like, is this a part where like he kills her and writes another letter? Like, who the fuck?
At one point, I can't remember where it was in the movie. I cannot remember where it was in the movie, but they're having a conversation, and he's playing this foreboding, evil music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah. No, but the last thing I want to bring up essentially is just like, okay, there's a character I liked a lot, and she's the person who had the only good song in the entire movie, and it was a black girl. I'm so sorry, people. I know 2021, but I'm so grown accustomed to not knowing character names. Or motivation, especially shit like this. I just name people.
Lanya, something like that.
Yeah, but
Alana,
I just name people what they look.
The only person's name who I know in this is literally Evan, because of Dear Evan fucking Hansen.
And Connor.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm just gonna call.
His fucking name.
But I just gotta call this girl the black girl, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie because there's only one black person in this entire fucking thing, unfortunately. So like I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah, kind of weird. But anyways, she has the best song, the best voice, kind of the best motivation, and I fucking appreciate the movie for not doing something with her, because I felt like her story with Evan was gonna be very obvious. The black girl is gonna love the white guy because she has a couple of things in common. The way she talks to him is very weird. She's just like, "Hey, like, what do you take? What are you on?" It's like, okay, like that's a weird way to talk to me. Like, clearly you're fucked up, and then she is, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting." But they don't like. It's like they cap off her story. Like, did you feel like they just kind of like said, "Yeah, so we want to like make you think something's going on here, so you don't feel like this movie's so predictable, but we're not doing shit with her, so don't even grow attached."
It's a situation where I feel like the idea of what this movie wanted to do to me is better than any other piece of it, because it's like when you take out the little bits and pieces of this movie, what's it about? It's about a high school student dealing with depression. He feels like he's alone in the world, and he almost gets proven with that, where nobody wants to talk to him, doesn't want to be friends, and he thinks he's the only one. But then he starts meeting people throughout the movie that are the same thing. He, like the whole, "Oh, I'm only your family friend." You never see him interact with anyone else in the movie, so he's probably just as alone as he is. Meets up with the other chick. She's on the same medication. So it's like everyone he meets throughout the movie is going through their own personal battle. And that's something that everyone can connect with. Everyone's going through their own personal battles. Like, you talk to your closest friends, they're going through their own personal battles as well. So this movie can almost speak to that. But the problem is, it's take 13 Reasons Why and combine it with High School Musical and don't change the tone.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying that stuff should be fucking, black and white the whole time and everyone's miserable. Like, I get there should be some hope in there. But the problem is, when it cuts to music, it becomes laughable. Even when she starts singing, and you can tell she's putting so much pain and emotion, it comes out of nowhere so much that you're kind of like, this doesn't fit with what's going on, because the fucking musical numbers are just jam-packed in, because this used to be a fucking, Broadway musical, which means we've got to bring those aesthetics to the film. So with her character, she just comes on for 20 minutes and says, "Fuck it, I'm done." But it's all just get that little premise of this is about people being alone when they feel depressed.
Now, Jet, really quick, I want to ask you, one of the things you said that means a lot as far as like, because I felt the same way, I didn't say it the way you said it, but like, what the hell is going on? Damn, lots of follows going on here. What is happening, people? I think something's fucking up, actually.
Oh, yeah, that was the same person following multiple times.
That's someone. Yeah, we got follow bombed.
That might be a bot.
Yeah, we got follow bombed. So let me report that, and then
we made it, guys.
No, we actually didn't. This is actually kind of bot.
Is it a problem? Okay.
Yeah, because we might have to delete the stream actually.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. There's a couple people that I can imagine would probably do something to do. Okay, Chris says everyone's getting follow botted. Okay.
Yeah, it might just be random bots going around.
Because I'm scared, because like there is somebody in our community. You guys know who I'm talking about. That would probably try to do some shit. Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully,
Did we
that
end
person.
The stream or?
I'm thinking about it, but I'll figure it out afterwards. I'll get a hold of Twitch and everything.
Yeah, I would honestly wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't seem like enough to basically be too worried about.
Okay, yeah. So, but anyways, either way though, Jet, one of the things you said though was essentially, they said, "Don't click on his name, you'll get doxxed." Oh, I was about to. So holy shit.
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you for the message.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. You're the shit, bro. But yeah, Jet, you said essentially every character in here is a piece of shit. And I'm going to be honest, I disagree with you on one layer of that. I do think that the black girl was not a piece of shit. I think that essentially what she was trying to do, I mean, she did do some shit to where, like, she shouldn't have done what she did, but at the same time, she was trying to expose his dishonesty, his mistruths. And I feel like, I would have wanted to do the same thing, but I'm such a sack of shit that I wouldn't care enough to even do that. She was trying to do something that was actually admirable.
Yeah, the thing is, she's also a piece of shit. Like, she had good intentions, but she did it in a very shitty way that just made things so much worse. It's just like, should he have been exposed? Fuck yeah, but he should have been exposed very, very much early on, which isn't completely her fault because she found out later. But at that point, the family is basically like doing a lot better. They're grieving. Their grief is basically being eased a little bit. Everyone's happy and all this other stuff. At that point, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't say anything at that point. I don't want to make matters worse.
Yeah.
And what she did fucked up the family so bad. It's just like she couldn't mind her fucking business. And just like, okay, what you did was technically, like, you did do, quotations, did do the right thing, but what happened was it ended up, she ended up making major consequences for the family instead of the person she wanted to actually have the consequence. So she actually turned out to be a piece of shit too.
Yeah. Overall, though, I'm just gonna pretty much end this fucking thing because our call.
Oh, but there is one person who I would say maybe isn't a piece of shit, and that's possibly the stepdad. But at the same time, I'm also saying, like, okay, he's not that great either. Cause
yeah, he's
like,
shitty to the
how
wife.
do you? No, it's more like, how do you not know that much about your son? You've been in his life since, like, what they said, 3 years old.
Yeah.
And you're basically, you and the mom are pushing Evan to basically be like, oh, so how's our son like? How's our son like? What about this? What about that? Like, did you know anything about him? We didn't. It's just like, how did you not know this much stuff about your son to where you're doting on this fucking dude? That's where I'll also put him in. Just like, he's not a good person either, at least to like his own son. Yeah. But he's probably the least terrible person in this movie.
So the call is about to end, so we are going to get into our ratings, and then you can respond to what she just said there, Alan.
Sure.
When we get into all that stuff. But me, really quickly, I'm giving this movie 0.5. This movie does not deserve any more of my fucking opinion or words to it. Everything I hate about musicals is in this movie, and then everything I hate about just like making a movie that's disrespectful to what people actually probably are going through. I mean, look, I got fucking mental problems. I got emotional problems. I have friends that have emotional and mental problems. This movie makes somewhat of a fucking mockery of it. It's not that simple. This whole like, oh, YouTube views is gonna make everybody change. Like, all mentally challenged or emotionally challenged people are that fucking stupid that all it takes is a stupid speech on a fucking thing where some kid's going, whoops, I fell down. Like, that's all it takes. And then you guys are all like, hey, that makes us feel better. He's just like us. He's fucking dumb. Yeah, no, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie up its stupid fucking ass. I hate this fucking movie. I hate it. 0.5 out of 5. The worst movie. I was having trouble trying to find a movie that can put on like my top worst because, believe it or not, this year I haven't seen a lot of bad movies. I've seen a couple that are like questionable, but sometimes I have to like search for them. Don't need to now. My number one worst fucking movie this year, Dear Evan Hansen. Fuck you. Jet, your rating, and then I'll get to Alan.
So I didn't come out of this basically completely despising it. I did not like it, but I didn't despise it. Mm-hmm. I think the tone in this movie is very much off, to where it comes off as a horror movie. No one in this movie is overall likable, which is something you need, at least in these type of movies. You need like one person to like. I didn't like nobody in here. Everyone came off as being a terrible person, or at least not terrible, maybe just bad people in general. There's so many other things you could have done in the situation, but every single time, each person took the worst possible thing you could do. None of the music in this movie was great, except for the end, the song that came on during the credits. The first song that came on during the credits is like, who's singing this? This is probably the best song in the movie, and it's not even in the movie. Who did this? It actually has harmony. It actually has a hook. Why was none of the other songs in this movie anything like this? How the fuck is the best song in the credits? Yeah. That's so embarrassing. It's just, this movie did not have to be a musical whatsoever. None of the songs, like, came off as actual songs. They came off as just talking with a fucking melody. It's not good. This movie did not have to be a musical, which is already annoying in its fucking self. And even without being a musical, this would still be a movie in bad taste because they use that fucking death of that character to basically... The main character used someone's death to push their own agenda, like money, women, and attention.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's so fucking horrible. And they made this whole movie, a whole fucking 2 hours of this douchebag just getting everything that he wanted by exploiting a person he did not know's death. And while it's not truly his, well, it is his fault because he could have just been honest. The parents, however, also pushed him to that point. But it's just like, if that were me in that situation, right there, I'd been like, no. I mean, we're getting close. Like, I thought we were going to become friends, but I mean, he fucking killed himself. Yeah. Like, I would have just ended it up right off there. Like, we had a point where we possibly would have became friends, but that didn't happen. I would have been honest, literally, right there. And
yeah. Now, really quick, I give you a link. We're going to get into this other thing because this is about to run out. So join me in that particular room. We got that going on. I'm going to come over here, click, clack. Let me see. Let Alan in. I think I did this pretty fast. Look at that. I am so quick about my things. Oh my goodness. But no, but to everything that Jet just said though, yeah, like I do agree. I was gonna say I do disagree. No, but I do agree with just like, yeah, like I don't like how, you know, I'm not saying that he took the nuclear option, but I do think that the character was like, okay, like nobody would do this.
Bringing up like that black girl again, it's just like she came off as being caring, but the thing is, what she did at the whole end of her thing just made her seem like a terrible person. Because instead of like sending off that letter that she did to everybody, she could have took the route where she just went to their house directly and gave it to them and explained what exactly he told her. Instead of basically them getting all these death threats and everything, making the family feel so much worse.
Yeah.
There's so many different routes that you could have took with that. Which is, she tried to do a good thing, but then took the worst option fucking possible. And the mother and the father, I don't know how they didn't, well, and the sister too, not knowing anything about their brother except, well, the sister was just like, oh, he was a terrible fucking person, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I guess I get that was out of grief, but it's fucking still. And then bringing up how the fact, like, she was rich and then Evan was poor, that shit kind of threw me off too, kind of like, okay, bitch, whatever. Yeah, it's just, this movie, there's really no redeeming factors to it that I can really think of. Like, at all. Like, it was a complete chore to get through. But I will say I do appreciate how they ended it. I think that's one of the only pluses I can actually give it. Is that while he was able to apologize for everything that he did after he got, like, you know, outed for being a fucking piece of shit liar, they didn't give him what I thought they would give him. I thought they were going to reward him. Yeah. They don't. He basically tries to make up for what he does, and while that's nice and everything, he still ends up girlfriendless, alone, with no friends, but he's more positive, I guess, about going forward. So it doesn't reward him, and he's still going to go on, but it's just like, good. Because if they would have basically still had him get the girl, and then just have all these friends and everything afterwards, I would have been like, that's a fucking cop-out. Because if you would have did that to anyone, they would want to basically slit your fucking throat.
Yeah. But because of that, though, like, where do you find the numerics of, like, what would you rate this?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5? Okay, well, shit. I'm surprised. Because, like, it sounds like you're finding yourself to be more positive towards the end there. But, I mean, yeah, I see.
Like I said, I would have given maybe, like, a 0.5 at the end. But the thing is, I like how they did not reward him for, like, the shitty thing they did. Like, he basically, everyone at school doesn't like him. No girlfriend. And, I mean, moneyless, too. He don't got no fucking money. So he's broke and friendless. But he is looking positive towards the future, whatever, like realizing the shit that he did. So I'll give it points for that, at least. Because if they would have gave him the fucking girlfriend, I would have been like, no.
Bullshit.
If that were me, I would have slit his throat. I would have fucking punched him in his fucking tooth.
Yeah, so, no, I definitely see where you're coming from there. But, Alan, take it away, good sir.
This is the most offensive movie I've seen in probably the last 15 years. I've never seen a fucking movie take this premise and be so blatantly offensive in every way, shape, or form that you miss the fucking point. This is one of the most detrimental things that everyone fucking deals with at one point in their fucking lives. And the fucking musical numbers take you out of the movie so hard that it almost feels like a dark... You know, this feels like a South Park episode. Like, yeah. It feels like a South Park episode where you can imagine the premise. Oh, yeah, somebody dies at school, and then Cartman wants to fucking be big, so he pretends to be the kid's best friend. And it's horrible because Cartman's a horrible piece of shit character. But imagine if the camera's trying to tell him he's actually a good person. But it just gets worse and worse and worse. And you're honestly, it's like watching Wolf of Wall Street and actually understanding how much of a piece of shit the character is in the movie as opposed to rooting for him. Because the whole thing of Wolf of Wall Street, you're almost rooting for the guy, but he's a horrible piece of shit. This one is the same thing. This is like Wolf of Wall Street, but way fucking worse. But it's played so upbeat. It's like, this is one of the worst fucking mental distresses you can have where you want to be suicidal. But it's played off almost comedic in some fucking cases, where it just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's the worst possible thing. And it just seems to always work out for him. And then so he keeps going, and this kid is irredeemable. He's manipulating and destroying everyone around him. And you could almost have a good movie that if they were at least somewhat friends, maybe they just knew each other for a week, or maybe they were friends and he found a journal or something, And like he trusted him with the journal, and no one else knew, because that happens. Parents don't always know their kids. Maybe he wrote a journal and nobody knew about it, and he decided to do all the stuff in there, like the fucking episode of Futurama, where he's so fucking mad at his brother because he thinks his brother stole his life, but he realized his brother's trying to live his life out. Imagine if you took that kind of concept where, like, Evan
isn't it weird that Futurama did something as serious as this, but way better?
Way better, way fucking better.
Way better.
So imagine if Connor had a fucking book, and it's like, oh, Connor always wanted this, and he liked the orchard, he liked that. He could then start making that stuff. It'd be a way better fucking movie. But the fact that it's all a lie makes it just so fucking offensive. I'm not giving this a point. Fuck you. This is the first time I've ever given anything a 0. This is a 0. I don't think I'll ever do it. I can't sit there and be like, oh, it's redeemable. It's like, yes, they didn't give the piece of shit a girl, but I half expected him to. Oh, he apologized. I half expected him not to. Like, I was like halfway through this movie, I'm like, I wonder how much of a piece of shit you're gonna be. Oh, now you're in a relationship.
Yeah, now you're doing this horrible. Like, dude, he took his life, took his parents, and fucked his sister.
Like, take that out of context. Shit. Take that out of context and apply it to like anything else, and it's like the worst person ever. Like legitimately, like I was even going that. I'm like, wait a second. So Connor gets the letter from Evan and thinks that Evan made fun of him and then kills himself. So Evan actually caused his death too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up too. It's just like, man, they made this Connor dude literally so fucking ready to fucking kill himself that that literally one thing from like just mentioning, oh, my sister, basically just has him cut his throat. Just like, god damn.
And you go there, so it's like he causes all this, continues it, and it's like, oh, don't worry, guys, I said sorry, and now all this pain's. It's like, bro, oh my god, this movie is like the worst fucking 2.5 hours of my life. Like, I hated every second. I almost walked out of this movie like 7 fucking times, but I was blissed out of my goddamn mind. So we probably ruined it for the 5 of the fucking people that were there. Though, if anyone enjoys this movie, fuck you. If you enjoyed this movie in any way, shape, or form, go fuck yourself. Oh my fucking god, 0 out of 5, 0 out of 10.
I don't think I've come across anyone who actually likes this movie.
It won 6 Tony Awards. Somebody liked
it. No,
the
musical.
No, that might be the Broadway version, but just like, I would think the Broadway version would be the same. So it's just like, I don't know.
It's actually worse. So we were trying to figure out why the fuck this won awards, and we're thinking we were looking it up. We're like, oh, maybe they did some changes, or maybe it made it worse in the adaptation. No. Apparently, this is actually the better version of it, because in the original interpretation, the scene where he's like fucking singing about how much his brother loves his sister. That fucking horrible scene.
Wait. Oh, okay. Never mind. I
in
heard
the kitchen. Oh my god. In the original Broadway version, he goes for a kiss and she, says no. Like, he actually goes for the kiss. I don't fucking know what ends up happening. Then he does the Connor project to get his fucking name in the orchard. So he basically gets way worse as it goes along. Never actually tells the world he did it. He only tells the family.
Ooh.
Or only tells the sister, I think. So
that's way more offensive.
It's way more offensive. So he gets away with it. Totally. Except for like maybe 2 people knowing.
Holy shit.
And this won 6 Tony Awards.
Maybe there's something about basically like a piece, like maybe there is a story to tell with like a piece of shit getting like even more worse and worse and worse. Like, okay, like maybe there is a story there, but as long as the piece of shit gets what's coming to him at the end, like, okay, maybe I can get it. The Broadway version probably did it in a way that's basically, okay, I get it. This version, no.
Yeah, I absolutely hate this fucking movie. I do, and it is what it is. But
I'm looking at what Troy said. She believed that the letter was real. She didn't know about about Evan lying. The reason she posted was for the donations to roll through. I can't believe it just depends. So wouldn't that make it worse though that she posted a suicide letter on the internet to get money?
Well, no. What it is, they were like 25,000 for their goal. Evan was busy,
So that I turned away from the movie. I turned away from the movie at a certain point, like. Why were they getting donations again?
Okay, so they wanted to rename. Okay, so the orchard that this entire life started off with was actually.
This movie does not deserve the respect of how much time we're spending on this fucking thing.
This movie does not. The amount of rental space in my head this movie has is not deserved. Basically, the orchard is a place that I really like. So they want to get the $100,000 to rename it, and they were doing really, really well because of the Instagram and all the video footage of him on stage of saying how much he was his friend and whatever the fuck. So people were pouring in donations. But because Evan is the biggest piece in the world, as soon as he gets with the sister, he completely forgets Connor exists and missed like 5 fucking, meetings. And the donations slow down. And she's like, well, I need something bigger to kind of get people back in. So what she does is like, well, here's a suicide note as a way to kind of keep drumming up sympathy. But it backfired because people are pieces of shit. The backfiring thing threw me off because they read the suicide note and they're yelling at the family. It's like, I don't get that
See,
correlation.
That also basically that's bad too, because just like, why would you post someone's suicide note without the family's permission?
Yeah.
But also, why would people be why were the comments being mad at the family?
It's the internet.
Yeah, it's the internet.
I guess.
By the way, we gotta talk about that too. Like, people in all these movies, they always say like the internet's always so bad. Like, oh, I hope your mom's fucking getting fucked or whatever the fuck. Like, all this crazy shit. YouTube comments are not even like that anymore. Like, this is not 2005 or like they're not that bad.
It depends on what the topic is.
I guess.
Dude, I got.
But this is a suicide. Who's gonna be that shitty on?
That's what I mean.
Like, I get what she was going through. I get it, but it's just like, this seems weird to me. Like, you would basically post someone's suicide note without the family's permission to get more donations. Just seems like if I killed myself and y'all posted my fucking suicide letter, I'd be so fucking mad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know where they're not posting suicide letters at though, man?
Where?
I'm not answering that question.
The Metropolis Collective. You idiot.
Yeah.
I'm not answering that
Tell
question.
people. No, that I answer it for you. We're past that. No, Metropolis Collective. You will not find any suicide letters there. You will find the Illuminati podcast as well as all the other podcasts. I'm saying you're not.
You will find my letter of resignation from the chat attack there.
Yeah, no, but like, why are you like? Oh God, like there's no suicide letters there. It's a good place. Like, you'll find podcasts there. Why are you confused?
I'm not confused. I'm just like, no, Dad, sit down.
I'm like sitting down. You are dumb as fuck.
Sit down more. Grab a couple more milk crates. Anyway, just drop a like on the Metropolis. You see when everything gets premiered. We did not record Illuminati today. We'll probably record it the next couple of days and try to get it up sometime this week. I will probably be busy still yelling at this movie.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because this movie is a complete fucking piece of shit. So with that said, though, guys, music is not playing, and we are out of here. So goodbye. Get out of here. Go home. Go watch Double Toasted, though. They're doing their thing right now.
Don't watch this fucking movie.
Do not watch this movie, but you guys probably will.
Shit.
Because you guys are losers.
What's something I do with a fucking apple orchard? How the fuck do you fall off a tree and fucking break your arm? That's the lamest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard.
They never explained it too. Like, what were you trying to do? Climb up that tree?
He's trying to kill himself. He just fucking went up like a 5-foot tree.
That actually makes a lot of sense. That sucks. Goodbye, everybody. Talk to you sometime.
I still don't believe that movie.
#Big Fart.